نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So in Nur-Ul-Idaah, we are at wudu. What are the faraid of wudu? And you all know. And that's the reason we have got this evidence from Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O you who believe, إذا قمتم, when you stand up, إلى الصلاة, for prayer, when you come for prayer, فاغسلوا, wash, وجوهكم, your faces, وأيديكم, and your hands, إلى المرافق, up to the elbows, وامسحوا, and wipe, برؤوسكم, on your head, وأرجلكم, and wash your feet, أرجلكم, إلى الكعبين, toward up to the ankles. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ جُنُبًا, and then obviously then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about tayammum. We leave that because that's first bit, that much. Give us 4 faraid of wudu. So in Hanafi school, these are the 4 faraid only which are mentioned in this ayat I already translated. Yes? No additional fard in Hanafi school. Other imams based on some hadith have additional faraid. For some it is saying Bismillah, some intention, for some, continuity, not breaking anything, order, quite a few things. But in Hanafi school, only 4. Why? Because they say it is in Quran and we can't add or subtract anything to Quran. Other things that we found in Sunnah as part of our wudu, they are all considered Sunnah, mustahabbat, additional bits for our wudu. What are the conditions that will make an individual perform wudu? That he must be sane. For young kid, pre-pubertal, it's not fun. They don't have to do wudu. They can pray without wudu, by the way. Don't do it though. Thinking that, yeah, no, not at all. If you did it, obviously you're trained. You're trained into this. Otherwise, it will become a big problem. When you come to the age, it will be, a big thing. That's why you were trained from the age of 7 onwards. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew that at 7, you are not obliged to even perform prayers, let alone doing wudu and fasting and other things. He said, train them from that age so that you are in this habit. It is lifelong connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have to develop that. It doesn't come. And for many people, even now, you could see you've been doing it since the age of 5, 6, 7, 10, and it's still not quite there yet. It doesn't feel, you pray, we all pray, but we do not feel like praying. We do it because we have to do it. Alhamdulillah, that's a very good thing to be doing, inshallah ta'ala, because we follow the command of Allah rather than our whims and desire, but we still do not find it appealing. Most Muslims do not find it appealing. They just come for prayer. They have to do it. But alhamdulillah, that's fantastic and that's good. Because they're not doing to fulfill their desire, but they're still doing it. But there's certain people, mashallah, they enjoy it. They wait for the prayer. That is why the people who are going to be under the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, when there be no other shade, one of that group of people would be those whose heart is clung to the masjid, attached to the masjid. They leave after Dhuhr and they think, when is Asr time? When is Asr time? Every so. That's the connection. So they must be sane. Abnormal people or special need people, they're exempted from it. Puberty has to be there. They must be Muslim. They must possess enough water to perform wudu, and they must have, they must be ritually impure. If you already got your wudu, it's not obligated that you should do wudu. You don't have to do it. You can just carry on with this one wudu whole day if you can hold it. That's up to you. And obviously for women to be free from special days, and you should have enough time as well. You don't have time for wudu, only 10 seconds left. What can you do? You can't do it. You should have time for that prayer. So the conditions are pure water should reach the skin where you should wash. Faghsilu, loves ghusl, to wash. It has to be washed. Means you should be having at least 1 or 2 drops falling from each part of the skin. So it would answer your question, can you wipe it? Wet tissue in plain, I just wiped it, made it wet. Your wudu is not done. Water should drop and drip from every part of your skin. That should be washed. It is must. Okay? You can't just be touching it and like where you have, you know, a ice cube, rub it like this. Can't do that. So pure water reaches the skin of those parts which are required to be washed, but is free from those which are incompatible with wudu. And likewise, anything that would prevent it from reaching, the gum, the glue, the wax, the varnish, paint. Beard, what about beard? That prevents you from washing the skin underneath. Yeah, there are two types of beard, either thick beard or sparse beard. Thick beard is any beard that you cannot see the skin from. These beards are very thick beards. Those people who have thick beards, for them, some people have only like a few hairs. Chinese, you know, certain people have Malaysian, they would have very few hairs. They have to wash every part of their skin. But thick beard people, they do not have to. They should just wash whatever is in front. If water didn't reach the skin underneath, they're okay. But they should try as much as they could do, inshallah. Okay. So it is just the hanging part. What about nails? If the fingers are tightly held together, or the nail has grown so long that it's covering the fingertips, then you must make sure the water goes underneath as well. Small nails, water goes through anyway. That is why it is highly disliked to keep the nails long. But how would you make sure the water has gone here? Maybe long here, hasn't let the water go through. And you just did your wudu. You're thinking that you've done your wudu. If it's not done, it's not done. If you're taking your ghusl is not done. That is why we keep asking people to cut their nails. Cut their nails. Keep them literally short, very short. Dirt, or the stuff inside the nail, the small kids they have, that is exempted because it does not prevent water can go through that. It's given a leeway. Rings, tight ring. You have to move that tight ring. If you haven't, first of all, men shouldn't wear it anyway. Why are you wearing it? To show that you're married? People don't need to know it these days. It's not a big deal. No one is going to offer you that. You can do that by having beard, inshallah. They will be shaking before they come close to you to offer marriage. So don't worry about it. So men don't need those rings generally. It is not considered sunnah to be opted for. It is sunnah for a need. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had the ring for stamp. You don't need it. Yes, so don't go for that. Because it becomes a, a responsibility, a liability. How would you do that? If you have shaven your head after you've done your wudu, just did your, so what? There's no masa done on those hairs, no problem. It's considered done. You don't have to repeat your masa. You've done your wudu, you are in the state of wudu, and you've just shaven your head off, you're still in the state of wudu. Don't worry about it. That's done. It's all ritualistic action done. You don't have to repeat it. Now, sunnahs of wudu. Obviously, you have learned 13. For exam, stay on 13, don't worry. But they're actually more than that. Washing the head, including the wrist. Recitation of Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim using the miswak, rinsing your mouth thrice, doing action thrice as well. To rinse the nose with 3 handfuls. If not fasting, to rinse thoroughly to the mouth and the nose. To saturate a thick beard by inserting the handful underneath. And that's sunnah. Water like this, and then say, Hakada amarani rabbi. If you do not have that beard, you will never get that sunnah to be done. If you're short beard, you will never get that sunnah to be done. You're missing on that sunnah regardless for that many life years that you have wasted. Have long beard. Choti dari walon ko samajh mein aaya? लंबी दाढ़ी रखना, दाढ़ी should be long. एक मुश्त होनी चाहिए. According to 3 imams, it is wajib to have 1 fist length. एक fist से छोटी दाढ़ी, for them, is a major sin. Minor नहीं, major sin. कबीरा गुनाह. समझ में आ रहा है? Tawbah doesn't save it. 1 fist from all sides. Tawbah, saying Tawbah doesn't help. Tawbah is to keep it long. The minute you have it to a fist length, the Tawbah is done. एक मुश्त दाढ़ी होनी चाहिए, सही है, चारों तरफ, सारे बुढ़ों की और जवानों की. क्या करना है, दूसरी शादी का क्या अरमान? कुछ नहीं होने वाला, इन तिलों में तेल नहीं. जन्नत में होगी, दाढ़ी नहीं होगी, वहां पार्टी बगैर दाढ़ी वहां रहना है तो यहाँ क्या रहना. इसीलिए वो काम कर लेना चाहिए जो वहां नहीं करना. नहीं हलाल तरीके. और बहुत सारे काम भी पकड़ सकते हैं आप लोग, होशियार लोग. इसी तरह खिलाल, doing khilal is good. Wash each limb 3 times. To mass off entire head once. Although for this to do a quarter. Now sorry, I forgot to mention the detail. Maybe we'll come to that in a minute. And mass off ears, even though it may be with the left water, just wiping that is good as well. Rubbing the limbs. Yeah. Doing the order. Keeping that in order and not delaying it too long to dry the first part before the next one is being done. Having the intention to start from right side, starting from the tips of the fingers. When you start like this, wiping the nape, but not the throat. That is considered bid'ah. And then some adab. To sit on the elevated place, to face the Qibla, to take no assistance, not to speak of mundane affairs. You can talk about religious stuff if needed. I doubt that you would need, inshallah ta'ala. To combine between the niyat of the heart and the tongue, means saying it with the tongue as well. Recite all the du'as. There are many du'as narrated by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For each masha, if you did, you could so say Bismillah again. Putting the small finger inside, clean it better. So ring is loose, you don't have to move it, but if you did it, even better, just to ensure that water went through that. So using the right hand to insert water, you have to gargle to clean, but cleaning with the left. Yeah, performing wudu upon the entry. You've done your dhuhr wudu. At the time of asr, you still had the wudu. As the time came, you said, let me just do a fresh wudu. That's good adab as well. And then reciting those dua, inshallah. And there's certain makruhat, wasting water, being very stingy even, on the other hand, so don't go to the extreme. Splashing is not good, don't do that. Again, don't talk. Seeking assistance is not good. Doing masa 3 times is not good, only once. Masa is only done once, the whole head is fine. So that much is enough. With regards to fard, one important aspect or the point which will come maybe next time. Faraid are 4: to wash your face from the hairline here down to the below the chin, underneath the chin, up to here, this much, and from this tragus to this tragus, this ear bit, ear to ear. So many a time the bearded people forget to clean this side. That part gets missed, especially with thick bearded people. They just wash and they forget to do this. If it's dry, your wudu is not done. It must be done from there. All of that area should be covered. Once is fard. If they ask you fard, it's once, not 3 times. 3 times is sunnah. And this much here. And likewise, hands from there to here, including elbows. There's difference of opinion. Hanafi school is including elbows. Once, both sides. Likewise, the ankles, including ankles, both sides. Okay. And for masa, a quarter of the head once. That's for these are faraid. Sunnah is to do 3 times. Obviously, you do all the other actions. Faraid, you should know only in dire situation when you do not have enough time for prayer. You might miss your jama'ah. The 20 people lining up, and then you're trying your old 18 sunnah, trying to memorize and remind, oh, what was the third one? No, I forgot the third one. Let me do the third one before I do the fourth. So keep checking your phone to find out, asking someone, wasting your time. Don't do that. Because you're causing many other people to delay their wudu and prayer. Don't do that. When you're in that situation, just do your fard and move on. Remember, washing your feet is fard, according to all Sunni Imams, everyone. Because Quran says so. Ahl Tashayyu Shi'as, they read this ayat of Quran slightly differently, which is valid recitation. So that based on that, they say it is the feet should not be washed, rather it should be wiped. They own normal feet, without socks or anything, normal feet. So masha. So they say wamsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulikum. So their recitation they take from wa arjulikum. The Sunnis, they take this wa arjulikum qira'at to mean wiping on the leather socks, because this is from more than 70 Sahabas narration. Shias take it to wipe on the normal socks, on normal feet without socks on. Okay, that's the fiqh difference. It doesn't change the aqidah or anything, and they have got the reasons for that. But that is against the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Ummah has ijma' that we have to wash our feet based on just one, not just one ayat of Quran, but also the hadith mutawatira, ahadith mutawatira, many narrations. The problem with Ahl Tashayyu is that they do not believe those many ahadith because they do not believe those Sahaba. So obviously they're going to take their views. For them, it must come from their Imam for any hadith to be acceptable. So obviously their line is different. So Ahl Sunnah agree that we have to wash our feet. And likewise, Ahl Sunnah agree that if you wanted to wipe, you can wipe on the leather socks with that recitation, not the normal socks. So all 4 Imam, they do not allow wiping on normal socks, except if the normal socks has the, like other than leather socks, has the conditions of socks, leather socks. So the leather socks, whatever condition you could see there, if you have that condition found in the other socks, thick socks, that you can walk for a mile, for example, without it tearing off. It maintains its shape. Maintain its shape means that when you take it off, it is still in the shape of socks, like this size, whatever shape. Not that it can fall down, but it doesn't collapse like this. Like the normal socks, if you take it, it will become like a small, completely wrinkled stuff, yeah? Likewise, it should not be needing anything to tie it. It should not be see-through. Water shouldn't seep through it. So those are the conditions. And if you have those in a thick socks, you can wipe. This is allowed in Hanafi school, other than the leather socks. And Imam Ahmad has similar, all those conditions, then it's okay. Normal socks that we are wearing at the moment in summer or in winter, by vast majority of scholars, it is not permissible to wipe on that. Salafis allow it based on one hadith, but that hadith is not taken up by other imams. They say it is, we are comparing Quran plus ijma of ummah and bringing a change in Quran and in hadith and in ijma of washing the feet with one hadith. That is not strong enough, when especially the many other students of Mughira bin Shu'bah radhiyallahu anhu mentioned about leather socks the same thing, which this one student mentioned about normal socks. So there is a lot of issues with that. So people say, well, practically it is difficult to do that in a school. Practically it is not feasible. We can't do it. You can have leather socks. What's the point? Why can't you have leather? Especially in this country, especially in winter when the prayer are very close by, leave your house with the leather socks. You can have it for 24 hours. And the time starts when you have broken your wudu. So just in the morning, wash your feet, put that on. You don't even have to do wudu or ghusl. Wash your feet, put that on. Go to work, school, and when you need to do wudu, just wipe on that. That's it. Why can't you do that? Have one size bigger shoes. You have 20 shoes, take one extra for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you can wipe. So that's very easily done. And there are, if you really pushed and you're really desperate, get 25 pounds socks, the special leather, not leather socks, they are normal socks, by the way, but they are made with all the conditions fulfilled. They're called wudu socks, special wudu ablution socks. But they're about 25, 30 pounds, expensive, obviously. They put a lot of stuff in there to make it, and they keep you very warm as well, by the way. Use them if you really need. And as I said, in nearly 20 years in this country, alhamdulillah, I never had trouble washing my feet at workplace. I don't know why you get problem, but everyone is different maybe. I have leather socks, inshallah. Is that clear? So may Allah give us tawfiq. Jazakallahu khaira. See you next week. Assalamu alaikum.